so. Nobody here? Nope.
Okay, let's hear from our race winner tonight's 14th annual SFP 250 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, the first NASCAR race under the lights here at Kansas Speedway, and our race winner, Kyle Busch. He drives the number 51 Toyota Care Toyota for Kyle Busch Motorsports. This is his 37th win in the Truck Series, Camping World Truck Series, his second win in 214, his first win at Kansas. And Crew Chief Eric Phillips notches his 29th Camping World Truck Series win as a crew chief, and that is the most in the history of the series. Congratulations all the way around, Kyle Busch, with yet another perfect 150 driver rating tonight. And Kyle, you won the pole. It was an interesting race, some cautions and those types of things, but there at the end, the 51 truck proved its mettle. Maybe just talk a little bit about your day-to-day in the Truck Series.
Yeah, just overall real proud of Eric and all my guys for building this KBM chassis, Toyota Care Tundra. It was really good once we unloaded right off the truck, and we just made some slight changes to it, just kind of playing around with some things, trying to make it better in practice, but felt like we had a good piece. It was fast by itself, had good steam under the hood from JGR engines. So just tonight was an interesting race. It was fun. We qualified on the pole, so that was good. We got in the right draft and was able to accomplish that, and then to just run up front all night and stay out of the attrition. Last year we got caught up in the attrition, so it was certainly a better night for us, and having a fast truck, being up front like that helped. But it was a good race. Raced Logano for a little while, and Austin Dillon for a little while. Of course, Matt Kraft in there at the end as well too. So a lot of racing, I felt like, and there was some tense moments there a couple times with restarts and side drafting and this and that. Just trying to, everybody's trying to do everything they can to try to keep faster guys at bay, and I had to use lap traffic to my advantage a few times to get by some guys, but it all worked out, and our truck was really good on the long run there. So that last run that I went 30, 35 laps, 40 laps, whatever it was to the end, I knew if it went green that we would be pretty good. We were good on the short run too, but just everybody racing everybody and side drafting and all that kind of makes it a little chaotic, so tends to mix things up a little bit, but good truck.
We'll go with Randy, and then we'll go to Brett.
Kyle, we talked last week about Kansas being this jinxed place for you. This was a trucks win, but what's that do for you tomorrow, just having some success here tonight?
Yeah, it was good. It was certainly, I've run well here in the truck races. I've run well here in the Nationwide Series races. I just haven't quite accomplished as many wins maybe here as I have at some other places. So I think tonight gives us a good sense of just what the track had and what it had from daytime to nighttime, and what I felt in the truck in practice during the day to the race here tonight, and the grip level, so I can expect, I know what to expect for tomorrow going into the Cup race. And, it didn't quite widen out as much as I wanted to see it widen out tonight, but it was still kind of racy. Like, you could still race side by side with guys, but the inside is always treacherous in the trucks just because of the aero and the side draft and the way that you can suck people around, kind of like what happened to Ryan Blaney racing for the lead. He just got loose underneath Logano, and that's so easy to do in these trucks. So maybe tomorrow's Cup race will be a little bit different or somewhat the same. Who's to say?
Go ahead, Brett.
Brett Lamb, Speedway Digest, for either one of you. I noticed that you had some tire issues there. Was it just that one tire, or was it through the whole entire evening?
No. With the tire and the surface here, we try to scuff tires, and then the new qualifying procedure. We had about 18 laps on that set of tires before the race started, and then made I think 35 lap run there the first of the race, and we only put 2 tires on at that point. So then that tire had almost 80 laps, 85 laps on it. So we were pushing it. We were aggressive. You got to be to win these races. So, the rest of the night it was fine. I wanted to get 4 tires on there at the end. I was glad it went green for a while, or the last pit stop was late enough that we had to put enough gas in to put 4 tires on it, because I knew we'd have a chance to win that way.
Let's go to the back. Go ahead. Get him a mic, please.
Scott Trailer Racing Boys, Sports Radio 810 WHB. Kyle, the speeds are so great here now in the trucks compared to just a few years ago. Mm-hmm. You talk about that side air on the truck. I've always heard people talk about when they get off into the corner, it really holds the truck down. You talk about taking that air off. Is it more magnified now with the speeds, and how much more treacherous is it?
Yeah, the trucks have a completely different feel with the new nose package that we have this year. The splitter and the nose and the way everything is built compared to last year just feels way different. But overall, with the speeds that you carry here, you rely on so much aero that the effect of the aero grip is actually greater than the mechanical grip that the tire can produce and that the trucks can produce, because the surface is just so great and so fast and so grippy that like I'm saying, I mean, the more aero grip, the more you can just push that truck down into the surface and squish that tire, the better it's going to be. And you can only do so much chassis wise. So when you're going around the racetrack and you have either somebody in front of you or somebody on your outside and you lose just a little bit of that, I mean, we go to the wind tunnel and we fight for 5, 6, 7 counts of downforce, or 5, 6, 7 counts less drag with these trucks. And when you get in behind somebody, you're losing, 50 to 100 at a time. So it's crazy the effect that you get, and especially the closer you get and the closer somebody gets to you on your outside, it takes all the side force away. So there's a lot of bad things that aerodynamics do to race vehicles. But it's just kind of the name of the game. You're not going to get away from it.
Also, I want to follow up. I don't think it was a restart, but one time I think it was you and Blaney, both down on the apron, down the front straightaway at the start-finish line. You don't see that very often. Some pretty exciting stuff right there. Can you take us through that when you both went down on the apron? Do you remember that point?
Yeah, I remember one time it was with Logano. I was racing him for the lead. I was passing Logano for the lead off of 4. There was a lap truck that got in his way through 3 and 4 and gave me a run on him off of 4. So I side drafted him to about the start-finish line. Then I pulled low and tried to get away from him and keep my momentum going past him, and I did that and was able to clear him for the pass into turn 1. Did the same thing to the 20 at the end, and the 88. I tried to do the same thing. I think he finally just let me go. He was still on my quarter, but the outside, for some reason, you couldn't really get the momentum going out there. You'd really feel it at the end of the straightaway. You'd really get a big boost at the end of the straightaway by running the outside, but you'd lose so much time of the entry to the corner and the center of the corner just because it's such a longer way around that you can never really make a pass out there.
Go ahead, right there.
RedGoodFrontStretch.com. You might have actually just answered the question, but those things you just described, how the trucks behave on the track, would that be the reason we saw so many wrecks tonight, or did you think it was excessive?
Yeah, no, I think that the wrecks you saw tonight was just everybody not being ready for what these things feel like aero-wise. They're, like I said, they're different than what the last year's body mold, however you want to say it, felt. So I think this is a rude awakening for everyone, and what it's going to feel like going into next week at Charlotte too is going to be the same thing. So it's unfortunate. You always try to make improvements to vehicles and try to help them be better aerodynamically in traffic and whatnot. But the trucks, they're definitely not any better than what they used to be. In fact, I think they may be a little bit worse, and that's why you saw so many guys not quite ready for what evilness they had in store for them tonight.
Other questions? Kyle and Eric, congratulations on the big win here tonight.
Thank you.
Continued best wishes the rest of the year. And Kyle, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Thank you.